Good evening. My name is Dr. Ronnie Bell, and it brings me great joy to be with you tonight here to celebrate the life and legacy of Dr. Jim Bernstein. I see so many wonderful public health and healthcare leaders from across the state, many of you whom I've had the privilege to get to know over my time on this earth. But also brings me tremendous joy that the Foundation for Health Leadership and Innovation, an organization that I had the privilege of serving as a board member for several years, saw fit to celebrate the life and legacy of my older brother. He wants me to make sure that you know that he's my older brother, Dr. Joey Bell, who is the recipient of this year's Community Achievement Award. For the past 61 years, and yes, I am that old, I've had the privilege of not only being Joey's younger brother, but also having a front row seat to see how Joey came to be the first American Indian pediatrician in our state, and to be the caring healthcare provider that he has been for so many years. I've had a front row seat to see how Joey has served in this capacity and his passion for improving the health of American Indian children. And he has served at the local, state, and national level. And just to demonstrate his national impact, I was on a call today with someone from the University of Oklahoma, and this is someone that I've just recently got to know. And she said, I was at a meeting in Salt Lake City a few weeks ago, and I met this guy, just wonderful guy, who was a pediatrician in North Carolina, and his last name is Bell. Do you know him? I was like, yeah, I kind of do know him. And while, I am a little biased, but I can think of no one who is more deserving of this amazing award that he will receive tonight. And I also want to take a moment to thank Dr. Cherry Beasley, who is a FHLI board member. And in her own right, an outstanding American Indian healthcare research and education leader. So thank you, Cherry, for ensuring that Joey would get this award tonight. So, Joey, on behalf of our family and so many friends, colleagues, and mentees that you have gotten to know over the years, thank you for all that you have done for me as your little brother, but for all you have done for Native children throughout your amazing life. I hope you feel appreciated tonight, and for who you are, and for the difference you have made in the lives of so many people. Thank you.
Thank you, Ronnie. I just want to say thank you to David and the Foundation for this great honor. Just a few words. When I was 18 years old, I grew up right beside our grandfather's tobacco farm in a little native community of Pembroke, North Carolina, in Robeson County. And I ended up on the campus of UNC at age 18. And at that age, there were only about two things I really knew. Number one was, this was the color of my skin, and I might as well be proud of that. And number two, that I had ancestors who had toiled and sweated and bled and died for me to have the opportunity to be on the campus as a freshman. And I made a vow to myself that I would not waste that, and I would devote my life to serving Native communities. I've had the privilege to do that for the last 35 years. I believe strongly in purpose and destiny. Mark Twain said, the two most important days of your life, the day you were born and the day you figure out why. I believe purpose we have been given, and then the Creator God gives us talent, and we combine our talent with our purpose, we meet our destiny. And I was fortunate to find that early in life, and that was as a pediatrician. And it's been glorious for the last 35 years. I just want to thank a few people in our culture. By naming them, I honor them, so I want to call their names, just a few Lumbee physicians who've passed on before me. Dr. Martin Brooks, Dr. Frank Warax, Dr. Ben Harding, Dr. Jimmy Jones, and two of my previous CEOs at Children's Health of Carolina, Dr. Bob Young and Tim Bell. I'd also mention my partners at Children's Health, Dr. Richie Poho and Dr. Angelita C., and a special pediatrician who I worked with in Oklahoma and Indian Health Service, Dr. Keith Wilson. I have two great passions. One is to see more Native students in medical school. Over the last 20 years, the number of Native students in our medical schools has dwindled, and I think that's a shame. People like me who are getting older and the hair's getting grayer, we're soon to retire, and most Native providers in this state practice in Native communities. What's going to happen when we retire? So if you have any influence in any of the schools, or if you have any influence on any students, I hope that you'll take advantage of that. I will briefly mention that there is a scholarship at UNC School of Medicine in my name to help students who are going back to work in tribal communities. And if you feel so generous, then take advantage of that. My other passion is leadership. The great American leadership guru John Maxwell said, "Everything rises and falls on leadership." And that's exactly right, and I've learned that more and more as I get older. I think indigenous people have a unique perspective on leadership, and I think we can do great things in the upcoming years when it comes to healthcare. I just want to mention a few people that I'm very proud of in my section of the state who are Native leaders in healthcare. Dr. Katie Lowry, chairman of Robeson County Medical Society and owner of Robeson Pediatrics. Dr. Ginger Locklear, medical director, Children's Health of Pembroke. Dr. Elise Hunt, medical director, Children's Health Lumberton. Dr. Thomas Maynard, CEO, Children's Health of Carolina. Dr. Sarah Locklear, Brewington, partner, Sandhill Pediatrics. Dr. Joe Roberts, chief medical officer, UNC Southeastern Health. Dr. Shelley Lowry, chief medical officer, Scotland Health System. And Dr. Robin Cummins, Chancellor, UNC Pembroke. Those are all Lumbee physicians. A quick challenge to everybody here in the room, my favorite quote by a Cherokee man from 100 years ago who was a humorist and TV movie star and author named Will Rogers. And Will Rogers famously said, "If you stand too long on the road of good intentions, somebody will surely run you over." Now, I know in this room we don't have to worry about that, but it's always been a motive to me to make sure I'm doing good, because I don't want to be run over. I want to be doing good at all times. I want to lastly just thank my family and my ancestors. My wife, Vicki, who's Coheri, who's sitting on the front row here, who I've been married to for 35 years and could not have done any of what I've done except without her help. My daughter, Tori, and her husband, David, my son, Isaac, and his wife, Peyton, my grandchildren, Elena, Luca, and Rosa. In my ancestors, the first person I want to mention is my late father, James Buddy Bell, who passed away about 10 years ago, and my mom, who's still living, Sarah Sampson Bell. Again, I believe the Creator has given me the talent to meet my purpose so that I can meet my destiny. But I know that my grit, my perseverance, and my passion come straight from my ancestors. So I honor my ancestors tonight who've been in this state and in this area since time immemorial by saying this: I stand on your shoulders with the power you have given me to accept this award in your honor. Aho, thank you.